Well, hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. Happy Friday. My name is Princess Leah. If you're new to my channel, I got my cat, Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle, who insisted on needing to bless the space, walk through the space. And whenever my cat tries to show up, or my cat shows up, I feel like that is an ancestor from someone. Spirit guides, grandmothers, great grandmothers that are trying to come through. Cat energy is also very much, around finding your balance and independence, your balance within your independence and your connection with others. Cats obviously are very independent, but they still need the affection and community of their tribe. They still need affection and love, and I'm picking up on already just that being independent doesn't mean you don't need love too, right? Like, I think sometimes people can like forget that just because a person is strong doesn't mean that they don't need to be soft sometimes and need that like landing space sometimes. So if you are listening and you feel like you're constantly that strong rock for everyone, and you are feeling like where's the safe soft landing for me, maybe that's something that you're going to be looking at or feeling more this weekend. Or if you know someone in your immediate circle, or that's coming to mind about someone who is strong, just kind of looking at their perspective, looking at it from the perspective of how and when do they get to be soft, and remembering too that again they may be strong, but they also still need that soft space. And you might be the strong one and forgetting that you also have a soft side and need a soft side, in order to survive as well. It's not just, every dog for themselves kind of thing. Sometimes it might feel that way, but also it's also okay to take off the armor sometimes. Brene Brown talks about taking off the armor of, shielding to protect you from vulnerability. And so maybe that might be the message that might be coming out this weekend as well. So let's go ahead and tap into our heart space, see if there's any extra downloads that want to come through with the heart chakra bowl. You can place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, take a deep breath if you'd like. Is really intently looking at the bowl, studying the sound coming from it. Maybe there's something that you're curious about, that you want to kind of open up your mind to learning more about this weekend. Maybe it's about your heart, opening up your heart space, being more curious about what your heart is feeling and saying, and allowing the vulnerability to be acknowledged and acknowledged by others. Maybe you're wanting to soften your heart, the walls around your heart, to let others in, regardless, despite the past, the pains, the fears and burns. And one of the oracle cards I saw as I was bringing them out said, replace fear with love. So that might be a theme this weekend as well. Maybe you feel like you're constantly criticizing, whether it's yourself or someone else, or you're feeling like you're being criticized. But I am hearing the internal dialogue, the internal critic might hear the criticism from everyone else louder than the inner critic within themselves. A lot of times, if we're taking it personally of what other people may be thinking or saying about us, it actually has more to do with what we're saying about ourselves that we're wondering if people are also saying, or the self-judgment we're having may be causing insecurity and wondering if others are judging the same things about us. Because those who don't have insecurities or judgments about something, they don't worry about if someone is worrying about it, right? It's what we are holding on to with ourselves that we worry if other people are noticing the same things. So I'm hearing to release that inner critic, release that inner judge out of your heart. Let the walls melt away this weekend. Show up vulnerably in a different space. Practice softness, being soft and gentle, compassionate, patient, kind with yourself and with others. Most importantly, with yourself, I'm hearing. Because when you can do that with yourself first, then you can hold better space for others and see where you may need to be holding more soft space for others. Thank you, Spirit. I know I have a habit to really be my own worst critic and judge. And to self-judge based on what I think other people are going to judge about me. And we're releasing that. We're letting that go. We're shifting, shaping, reshaping. So let's see what this weekend energy Spirit wants us to know. On Monday when we did the week ahead daily divine, was it this Monday? I don't know if I did numbers this Monday. I think it was last Friday when I did the weekend forecast and I did some numbers, some numerology, but I believe it was 9 and 12 that came out. And so today's September 12th. So let's see if there's any significant energy around that we can look at for this weekend. Okay, when I turn this over, it's showing the 7 of Wands reverse. So I'm hearing that inner doubt, feeling that maybe there's some doubts around your truths, your desires, your beliefs, your abilities. And all of this just came out. I don't know this is a lot to take, a lot to break down, but it is coming through. So the Queen of Swords, yeah. balancing your heart and your mind, not getting so caught up in your mind. Yep, 9 of Swords right here. 6 of Cups, Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups. Not getting so caught up in your mind with your decisions, with conflicts of interest, with other people's perspective. Maybe you feel like you have some conflicting perspectives right now. Yeah, the 10 of Wands and the King of Cups. I'm going to move this over here. So there's definitely some shifting this weekend out of mental dialogue that is really keeping us stuck, that are causing a lot of burdens. Maybe you're feeling a lot of emotions around your finances or your physical self, your physical circumstances. Maybe there's some memories that are coming up from childhood that are making you have to reflect on those conflicts so that they can be cleared. With the Ace of Wands here, Spirit wants to clear them. This could also be past life conflicts that your soul is releasing. Conflicts with siblings, inner child conflicts, adversities. This could be conflicts with, relationships, friendships that maybe you have had for a long time or have known for a long time since you were a child. If there are any conflicts of interest coming up with that, or judgment I'm hearing, or feeling like this feeling to, what's the word? I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Maybe you're feeling like there are people in your life that are just different. The people in your circle, you're noticing that, the differences between you and having to work through. That doesn't mean just because we're different that we can't still work together, that we still can't have harmony with the 10 of Cups. Spirit is wanting to clear whatever internal, mental, disempowering, limiting, outdated conflicts within yourself or others can be cleared, so that this 10 of Cups, so that what it is that you truly desire can move into fruition. But you may need to take some time this weekend to reflect on what it is truly that is your wish to be fulfilled, your heart, soul's wish. What does that really look like? If it's in, business or your family or relationships, or, what does that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of fulfillment look like for you? How can we be in that space of eagerness, really evaluating what is it that you want for your life, for yourself independence, for your self acclamation, for yourself, I'm hearing reclamation, that's the word, thank you. To really truly, 9 of Swords, 9 of Crystals, 9-9. We just had that 9-9 portal this week. 999, they call it. Who are you coming into what are you releasing, all that anxiety, all those fears, those outdated beliefs, so that you can come into who you truly are, who you were meant, who you have always been meant to be. Self-sufficient, grounded, secure. And I'm hearing secure, like truly secure in yourself, truly secure in your light, not in a defensive, I'm good, I don't need nobody, I can do bad all by myself, secure. I'm saying secure, like I won't let other people's opinions or judgments or criticisms sway how I feel about myself or how I move in this world. You're coming up as the king and queen. King of crystals, king of cups, emotionally mature, physically stable, whether that's financially, emotionally, in the practical realm. I'm getting Virgo and Cancer energy. A Virgo feminine, yeah, it doesn't even matter. But what we need to focus on this weekend is finding that discernment between our mind and our heart, trying to find the balance of what is our mind saying, so we're not getting so caught up, literally stuck in our heads to the point where we can't even let our truth, our true self show. Getting so caught up in the external conflicts that we can't even allow spirit to cleanse and clear. We have so much burdens that we're holding on to that we can't even fully embrace this experience. So let's see if we can get a quick message from Lemuria. The heart chakra, the high heart chakra. Exactly, ecstatic bliss. Tapping into our high heart chakra of our higher self. Like our higher self is evolving. And look, did we not talk about vulnerability earlier? That's beautiful. We are going through an evolution. And it's a very vulnerable space to be moving out of old, outdated versions, habits, addiction, cycles, so that we can move into the 9 of crystals, the 10 of cups, the ace of wands, a brand new energy, a brand new, completion, movement into our highest heart, our highest timeline, our highest self. We are definitely evolving how we show up in this world and how we show up with others. And that vulnerability, that's where our strength and our power lies this weekend. That's where our strength and our power lies this weekend. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So look at this. This just flew right out. Release the need to be right. I'm hearing, do you want to be right, or do you want to be in peace? And I'm looking at this 5 of Wands card because that is that, card of conflict, of fighting, of arguing, or of feeling like you have to constantly defend yourself, your status quo, your platform, whatever. But you don't need to do that anymore. You don't need to do that. Release the need to be right. You don't always have to be right. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. And it's also okay to just agree to disagree, and it's okay to end things as they are. Allow people to want what they want and move the way that they want to move. Beautiful. You can even, if you have this assumption that you're right, if you believe something, you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. Are you defending the truth? The truth needs no defense. Release the need to be right. Refuse to eat emotional poison. Don't take anything personally. Okay? Your higher self doesn't, when I see this, I stand up for what I believe in. Your higher self, you can stand up for what you believe in. You can be vulnerable without being, it's not weak to be vulnerable, and it's not strong to be so defensive. You can still be vulnerable and strong at the same time, and that's what the Queen of Swords energy is coming from. To be vulnerable and strong at the same time. Look at this. This is the affirmations we need this weekend. There's no one better to be than myself, right? That's the vulnerable part. It's the beauty in your vulnerability. And I'm beautiful inside and out. That inner critic that wants to come through. That's what's being released. Believing that you have to compete with anyone, but you don't. There's no one better to be than yourself. You don't have to be anybody else. Who you are is beautiful inside and out. You are strong and determined. I'm just going to throw some numbers at you and we'll call it a day. We got number 3 and 7. So I'm getting a March 7th date, a July 3rd date. Maybe sometime that happened between then this year. Maybe was a big shifting point in your evolution of how you wanted to be vulnerable and show up vulnerably for people or for yourself. But this could be also within the next 3 to 7 days. You might recognize this over the weekend by next Friday's check-in. It's okay to open your heart, is what I'm hearing, to share your heart. It's okay to lay the burdens down of the things that you had to use to protect yourself in the past. I'm hearing you don't need those tools anymore to protect you. There are other tools now that you can use to protect yourself, and that's what's evolving within you, the power of vulnerability. Really beautiful. So I hope this helps. If it does, definitely feel free to give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, definitely take some time to reflect on this. Yeah, and if you ever want to reach out to me one-on-one, my information is in my description box below. And I hope you have a blessed weekend. And I will talk to you, God willing, on Monday. Bye. Peace and love. Namaste.